So I was thinking, how can I make it cold, but very, when you touch ice, that it's so cold that it burns. So that was my idea. So I decided to start without vibrato, and then add the most intense vibrato, like to recreate this feeling of like it's burning, of how cold it is. So I ended up with this idea. Hello everyone, I'm in Pittsburgh right now, playing Shostakovich concerto with Maestro Manfred Honeck. And besides the two concerts that we have yesterday, we did a very interesting project, which is called the Disrupt concert. When we were speaking, back and forth with the audience and playing the concerto, and one of the questions that I was asked is, what's the role of the performer when playing any piece, basically. And I thought it was a really cool question. And I said a couple examples yesterday, and I thought it would be interesting to also maybe tell it to all of you. How many possibilities, if any, or what do we take from the score? How much can we do or how little? Just recording a quick video, don't worry. So yesterday, two of the examples that I mentioned was the beginning of the second movement. How do I deal with that? So first thing is to understand the language of the composer that we are playing, in this case Shostakovich. My thought process is like, how would it sound if it's written by, let's say, Dvorak? Of course, in that case, it really doesn't sound at all like Shostakovich. So, Shostakovich was a more reserved person. His music is full of passion, but really contained. So, in that case, I'm going to try to play this beginning with as much emotion, but, So something like this. So this is one of the ways that we as performers are trying to think about, and we have to try to take advantage of as many tools that we have. For example, vibrato. How do we deal with vibrato? When do we choose which kind of vibrato to do? There is one section in the second movement as well. It's supposed to sound like really cold. So how do we make it sound cold? With the use of vibrato or the lack of using vibrato in this case. So by not using vibrato, we make it sound very cold, but for me this is a bit too dead, and a bit too dead, a bit too creepy. So what happens if we add vibrato? We make it warmer. For me, it would be too nice for Shostakovich and for this passage, make it too warm. So I was thinking, how can I make it cold, but very, when you touch ice, that it's so cold that it burns. So that was my idea. So I decided to start without vibrato, and then add the most intense vibrato, like to recreate this feeling of like it's burning, of how cold it is. So I ended up with this idea. So that's how I end up with that expression that I wanted for this particular passage. And this is kind of like what we are trying to accomplish in every single note, every single phrase, in every single concerto. This is, I think, our role as performers. And you're really to every single note to think what kind of vibrato, what kind of expression do I want to make, what I want to create. And this is the most fun part about being a performer, an artist, you know, and this is what we spend our lives thinking, and for you as the audience to enjoy. So anyway, yeah, just a quick video, just thought of showing you a couple examples of what we do. I thought yesterday the concert was very interesting, and I hope if you are a performer, just to give you inspiration to practice, and yeah, see you in the next video, and happy practicing.